Hello. Happy
Good morning.
Thursday. Who else is fond of the 70s? Huh?
Who isn't?
Who else is fond of the 70s? Can I get a witness for my 70s Grecian goddess dress? Not really Grecian, 70s goddess dress. I have a bunch of these that I get on eBay. And,
Is this one we got in Chicago, though?
No, we did get one in Chicago.
No, we got 3 in Chicago.
We got 3 of them?
Remember?
I got a problem. If I bought 3
Remember that was why that
dresses,
guy was like, where did you find these?
Okay.
Well,
anyway, these are so cool. Like they're a little pleated on here, but they're just really cozy and comfortable. And it's funny because everybody always goes, where do you get your dresses? And I'm like, eBay, honey, eBay. So I like that. I like it to be like a little bit different where, you can't really get it. I don't go by anybody else's style anyway. I got my own thing going on here. And I don't know if anybody, is
well, somebody's still wearing them.
Yeah, me. Hey, how about it, guys? Thanks for the love and hearts. Who's giving those love and hearts because of this business? Huh? Who's doing it because they know that it is the biggest day ever? You guys, this is such a monumental day. Yesterday, we received a box of Doug's books. Why is this so important? Because look, everybody and their brothers writing books, right? And they're slapping them up on Amazon. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a book on Amazon. I slapped it up on Amazon. I didn't get a publisher. I published it myself. I did that a while ago. But this is like, for me, I don't know. You guys know that I'm like the real deal, right? Like I appreciate the real deal. I always want like the real deal. This book is legit, guys. It's the real deal. There's an actual publisher. It's not something slapped up on Amazon and a bestseller campaign.
Which we're going to do, by the way. We'll ask for you.
Okay, hey, we're going to do that, okay? We're going to go buy the book on this day and leave a review. But the point is that this is actually going to be in legit bookstores. It is a real book, unlike my book. No, really. I mean, it matters, you guys. It matters. It's like the difference between community college and Harvard. I mean, seriously, it really is.
Quite that.
Okay, look. So now
it's a distribution.
So when we start to talk about it, right, and we go, okay, great. You wrote a book. Oh God, now I have to talk about it. How much should I talk about it? Can I just tell people I wrote a book and that's it, and that's the end of the story? Look, this is a really good episode of this show today because if you are in sales of any kind, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in business for yourself, you need to listen up and maybe take some notes today because we're going to do a little bit of preaching and teaching on how to talk about yourself, what you offer to the world, and when not to do that, and when to do that, and how to do that. Because look, guys, I was naive. I remember 2 years ago, I created my Love Yourself First program. And I know it's the program to change people's lives as far as their relationships goes, codependency, finding their personal power. It is a bomb kick-ass program. But I was dumb and thought, I just create a program and put it up on my website and tell people about it one time, and then everybody's going to go get it. Okay, crickets. And so I still have people to this day that message me after years of me being on video and go, do you see clients? I literally still have people go, do you work with people? So even though you might think you're talking about your stuff all the time and you might think that you're overdoing it, you're not, because people need to hear over and over again what you're about, what you have to offer, how you can help people. So I know that we think, oh my God, I'm talking about all the time, but you're really not. There are people that just need to be constantly reminded. Rachel Hollis said, and I love her, one of the reasons that her book, her first book, Girl Wash Your Face, was so popular is because she made a deal with herself that she wasn't going to shut up about it. That every time she talked, she was going to open her mouth and she was going to talk about that book and let people know where they could find it, how they could get it, what was inside of it. And I want to do the same thing with this book. Why? Because we want to sell a lot of books. We don't make a lot of money when we sell books. When you have a publisher, you make like 2 cents, okay, off of every book. So it's not about that. It's because we know the more people that get their hands on this book, the more people that are going to be successful on their road to recovery. And not if they're just recovering from addictions, although that's the purpose of the book. It's also recovering from addictions to anything, not just drugs and alcohol, but addictions, period. And if you're a person who needs a supplement, or you know somebody who the traditional path of recovery, just they need something more, they need something different, they need something just to augment it, this is going to be the way to go for them. And getting inside this book could potentially change their lives. Do you have something like that you've created in the world that you believe in so much that you know if it gets in the hands of people, it's going to change their lives? If you don't, scrap your product and try something different that you actually believe in and can get behind. Because if you have a problem talking about what you bring to the world, you hear me all the time talk about my Love Yourself First program, go sign up. You know, you talk about, we're going to be talking about the book. You hear us talking about strategic emotional mastery. It's because we know and believe in our heart of hearts that what we offer will actually change the trajectory of people's lives. We want you to be that passionate about the gift that you bring to the world, right? We got a message. We created this group, the Speakers and Entrepreneurs group, and we got a message.
Mission-driven entrepreneurs, speakers, and coaches.
Mission-driven. We'll put the link in again. For people that are already speakers and coaches and trainers, but people that also want to become them, because we got this really sweet message from this woman that we both know that was like, I've been through so much heartache, abusive relationships, just conquering. She goes, I don't know, but I know that I've been gifted this opportunity because my message needs to be heard. I need to be sharing this, but I don't necessarily have the skills. I don't necessarily know how to go about it. Well, that's what we're for. If you have the desire in your heart and you have a message inside of you that needs to get out there, let us help you and direct you and polish it up and know, okay, great, how are we going to deliver it? And then help you get out of your own way so you don't shut up about it and people actually know that you're there and what you can bring to the table.
Well, and that's the truth about all this is that message is that she said that she wants to help people. She's been through something and she knows that her journey is going to help someone. Yeah. And I remember years ago, I went through Landmark Forum, and I did the whole Landmark curriculum. And I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's worth checking out. But I remember the leader, her name was Sophie. She was French, and she would be like, talking about sharing. And she'd be like, don't be a worm and not share your light. Don't be stingy with your light. And that's what we're here encouraging you to do, is to share your light, to share your message, because that's how we're going to make a difference in the world. And this book, originally, it started out just called Under Construction, Navigating the Detours on the Roads of Life. And then all the time that we spent working in treatment, what we found is a couple things. One, this will end up being a series, right? So it'll be under construction and we'll break it down. But the truth is that the people who struggle with addiction to substances are no different than the people who struggle with addiction to drama, who are addicted to the internet, who are addicted to food, who are addicted to the story they tell as to why they can't do this, why they can't share, and why they can't. And I'll be honest, I'm still under construction, as we all are, with self-promotion, right? I like my work to speak for myself. And I quite enjoy when Heidi or any of you go out and share any benefits that you've received from the work that we do, because yes, we have to make a difference. And the only way we could do that is by letting people know. And sometimes it has to be more than just the work. I remember when I was in the music industry, and obviously you have to go out and build your business and network and all of that. And I struggled with that, because I would see people kind of going around, and you got to notice this. I would see people going around talking about themselves. And are there people who do it in a non-elegant way?
Yes. Hello.
There are people who are like, well, let me tell you more about me and why I'm so great.
And yes. And I do this. And then you just want to like.
Yeah, like Penelope from Saturday Night Live, Kristen Wiig's character.
Yeah. Say something that you did.
So I was just in France.
Oh my God, yeah. So I own part of Paris.
Oh, and I had dinner with the mayor of.
Oh my God, yeah, that's like my best friend. Yeah, we hang out with them. We go boating.
So, and then you're like, all right, enough about yourself, right? Yeah. And I remember, like in music, I'd be like, just do my discography. and that'll be it. And like, well, that's not going to work. So,
or people say, Google me.
Google. Well, yeah, now that's that's the new one. They didn't. I mean, we had it then, but it wasn't as a thing. Or Wikipedia me. So the challenge is that balance of knowing how and when to do your promotion, to do your self praise, as it were, and doing it elegantly, so you're not pissing people off.
I think the most elegant way that you can talk about what you have to offer the world is when you see a need and you're meeting a need and you're describing how you can meet that need.
Mm-hmm.
Not just talking about yourself to talk about yourself. If there's a hole in the world or a need in somebody's heart and you know how to fill it, and they express that need to you, or you find a way to get, and if you're in sales, you have to source the need. You have to create
needs
the
analysis,
need, right? You
right?
have to do a needs assessment and get in there and figure it out. But ultimately,
but that comes with asking questions. When you're meeting somebody, you get to know them instead of just verbal diarrhea and talking about yourself. You communicate with that person, learn about them, and then you can actually be gracefully and elegantly supporting them through your skills.
The reason that we're so excited about this book is because I know that it fills a giant gaping hole in the world. When we were working in treatment for 7 years, look, I know that when people find a source that works for them, they ride it all the way home. There are people that are just so successful in their AA or NA because they grab onto it and they love it and they go to the meetings, and guess what? Their lives are never the same. But there's a whole group of people that do not line up with that philosophy or are going but struggling, and they need something more. That's just the facts, guys, right? And there's like a lot of people that would be like, no, that's the way. Just no, honey, that's a way. There are many, many roads to Rome, and we believe that this is a road to Rome. This is one of the roads to Rome. When you learn the strategies that are in this book, and if you're struggling, or if you know somebody else who's tried multiple methods but nothing really seems to be working, can they get it on pre-order right now on Amazon?
I think you can.
I'm pretty sure
you can order it on pre-order.
Go on Amazon and start to pre-order this book, because if you do, well, let's give them a gift for doing that, right? Let's give them a gift. Like, out of all the people, we'll randomly pick somebody to get a free one-on-one session with you. I mean, that's a huge gift, right? But if you pre-order, we'll do that, or we'll also give away some signed copies.
Someone did post a message, Cookie pre-ordered.
Cookie, Cookster. That's amazing. So, and we love that you support us as well, right? That you believe in the work and you want to help us spread the message. And maybe you don't need this book, but a bunch of people who do need the book, right? So just even your help pointing them in the right direction, and together just changing the world, one reader at a time, one person that comes into the program or a retreat or a seminar. And so there is a dance, but you can count on us to lead by example. A leader can only take a follower as far as they've gone themselves. We are going to demonstrate for you how to not shut up about what you believe in, how to continue to talk about the things that you know that you offer that will help change the face of the world. The book is no exception. We will be talking about this book. We will not shut up about this book. We will be, referencing where to grab it and get it. And the people that are turned off by that, okay, are the same people that are turned off or are uncomfortable with their own offerings. I had a coach the other day. Somebody called me for a consultation. Look, I'm not the cheapest coach in the world. Thank God, right? I teach value, right? I am very reasonable, very reasonable. But it's like somebody will say, oh God, coaches want to charge all this money. And I'm like, well, you're a coach. And when you go to have people invest in you, if you have a problem investing in yourself, do you think that you're going to help other people make the decision to invest in you? Not a chance in the world. And so it's really important that people that get turned off by us talking about what we have to offer, or inviting people to seminars, or likely have that same issue in their own lives, and that's why they're not successful.
And by the way, that we're also tempering it. It's not like by now, if you've been like hanging with us for a bit, I mean, we've been doing this now for over a month every day, Monday through Friday. It's not like it's constantly selling anything. We're constantly adding value. And then when we've got something, we're going to share it. while we're adding value. It's going to be relevant and all of that. And we're going to have fun with it. Like this weekend, we're going to Disney.
This is going to be Where's Waldo, guys.
We're going to just have fun.
Mickey Mouse is going to be holding this book. This is a birthday book. When they say, do you have a special occasion? It's the book was born. It's the book's birthday. So I'm hoping they'll sing to it. I don't know if they'll go that far. I don't think we can put a button on it, but we are definitely
but we can see if
going to be like,
maybe we'll have them. We'll use this as the book that the characters sign and take pictures.
Oh yeah. We are definitely. This is my special copy, so I'm going to like defile it with Mickey Mouse signatures and. But yeah, so it's really important. Like the give, and then invite people to work with you. That's important too, right? To be making sure we're adding tremendous value. But even QVC sells every second of every day, and there are millions of people who tune in. Why? Because they know that whatever they're offering, you need, and if you don't, you're still entertained. You're like, oh, okay. Well, some people watch QVC for entertainment.
They don't
even buy anything. They just.
Although I did last night watch like 5 minutes. They had the Marvel watches on again.
Oh goodness!
Some of those were pretty nice. The Tony Stark one, the gold, and it's kind of golden purple. It's
I
nice.
think, Doug, we should probably get that as your celebratory thing, because now you mention it, guys. We're gonna get that little Marvel watch today, and every time you see Doug wear it, you'll know exactly when we made the decision to get it.
The deal may be over. It was it was a countdown, and there may be none left.
It's okay.
The sense of urgency was strong last night. It only had 6 value pays of $40. That
it's gonna be. How do you celebrate your successes? When you do something really big, do you take time? We're so good at just like beating the crap out of ourselves for our failures. But when you win, what do? I remember the first time that I had, for me, in my business, it's always like, oh, get to 6 figures or whatever. And I had my first like $10,000 month, or I think it was like a $10,000 month that I surpassed it. And I just remember just sitting there and just like tears, like to feel that moment. Just like I remember just being so grateful, like, oh my God, yes, this is happening, and just taking a moment to make a mental picture of just the gratitude for that. And I didn't buy myself anything or celebrate that way, but I just took a minute to recognize within me and journaled about it. Oh my gosh, this is possible. So this is possible once, this is possible all the time. And how can I, as long as I can continue to believe in what I offer people, add tremendous value, understand what I bring to people that I work with, and believe in my ability to deliver and talk about what I have to offer, that's consistently possible. And so some of you, that might seem like small potatoes. They're like, yeah, okay. But the first time I did it was huge for me. I was so elated.
Well, it's true. I mean, every time we pass a threshold that we thought was going to be challenging or difficult, or it was a goal, we have to acknowledge it and get it in our nervous system to make that the new normal, so that we can now raise our standard again and raise our standard again. So for us, and by the way, like, finances aside, what that means is that when you're using finances as a measurement of,
which most people do.
Well, not. This is where I'm going with this. Is that what that means? Is you've helped even more people. So if your goal, like for us, our goal is to have as large of an impact as humanly possible. That our goal is to help others transform themselves so they could lead by example, to help transform others, and on and on and on, which is why we're training coaches and speakers and training in NLP and all this transformation work. And we will happily and gratefully receive the rewards, of course. And that's one of the ways we measure our impact, because if we're earning more money, that means we're helping more people. And that's one of the ways that, we look at, or at least I do specifically, is that it's more about having the impact. And of course, yes, we're going to gratefully and happily receive the abundance for it. But really what's most important is having an impact.
And for me, it's important to understand how to charge and know my value, because that's important too. Yes. So but there are 2 points. Is like, I remember when I first, wanted to help people, I would do it for free. I did it for free. I did it in my relationships with people. I would just listen and help them solve all their issues. My friendships, be on the phone for hours at a time. I didn't value my time. I didn't value or respect. I didn't know, a lot of people have that same mentality too. It's like, oh, you should just give it away. You should just, but honey, there comes a time where you need to put a value.
Well, you're also doing them a
what
disservice by doing it for free, because people do not, when
they don't value it
when it's free, and that's what's hilarious as well. Like, all this information. By the way, we're giving so much great, with humility, incredible content every day. We show up and we add tremendous value for free. And you know what that means? If it's for free, you may tune in, you may not. You see it. It's maybe a great word, but if you put money and you put skin in the game and you invest in it, man, you're going to listen to it. You're going to pay attention. You're going to follow the guidance and the coaching and so forth. And then you're going to get the results.
Yeah, that's the difference between making an investment and just kind of piecemealing it together. But if you want to get the book, you can go to Amazon and pre-order it now. We'll put the link in, and we really appreciate you doing that. The official launch is going to be June 11th. On that day, we will have a big, giant push for everybody to go. We'll more than likely, I don't know if we're allowed to discount the book because there's a publisher, so we don't really have control over any of that.
I think they have it discounted already a little bit.
They might have discounted it.
And by the way, it's
going to be like $14.
No, it's
$10.
It's $10. It's $10.95 anyway. It's not like this is, this is actually, and here's the other thing, just a quick thing about it. It is a very easy read. It's mostly, for those of you who have worked with us in treatment at Palm, it's the fundamental stuff that we talked about, right? It's really a big focus on the 3 pillars of transformation, talking about what drives us, a little bit of what drives us under construction. We're talking about navigating the detours. And by the way, the publishers did not want to put this in because it was too long, but it's actually navigating the detours on the road to recovery and beyond. It's for more than just recovery. It's for what's next. It's for how to take this into all areas of your life, not just, exclusively about recovery. But, point being is that it's not a huge investment anyway. So this is the kind of thing where, that they discounted,
Listen, just grab a couple copies. Grab copies for people. If you know a lot of people, if you know, people in your circle that you feel like could benefit from it, go grab a couple copies, give them out as gifts to people. If that's on your heart to do that, that would be amazing. But
it's a great holiday. What's the next holiday coming up? Memorial Day gift.
But what we really want to say is that we're going to lead by example. We will be talking about it. We will be offering things that we have available for people to deepen their connection and relationship with us. We will be asking you to share the videos and help us grow. This isn't our business. This is our ministry. All right. And so not a religious affiliation, but this is our ministry. When we come on here and we speak and we call to the people, to the hearts that they're hearing the messaging, resonating and going, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for this, or yeah, these are like-minded people and I want to build my tribe of connection. And so it's really important for us to spread the message. And we rely on you guys who know us and love us and are at the foundation of this, at the start of this. Like, you guys are the OGs of the tribe, right? And so you guys have been here from the beginning, man, from jump, right? And so we love you and we value you, and we know that you know us and you know our hearts and what we're about. And so we're going to count on you and rely on you to help us spread the message too, right? Because we know that's on your heart to do that. Let me go grab Ellie.
All boats rise and fall with the tide.
You want to say good morning?
And yeah, if you can share this, share the book. We'll put the link. Oh, and if you're in Southern Florida, it's penciled in June 19th at the Bookseller. That's what it's called, the Bookseller, CELLAR. It's also got like a coffee shop and wine and all that stuff. That's where we're scheduled at the moment, penciled in to do like a launch and have a cool celebration. So we'd love for you to come down. If you know anybody who has bookstores or PR people or anything like that, we'd love to speak with them and get in there. What we'll be doing is just doing sort of little talks and events. And it's not going to be like a traditional, book signing and sitting there like, but we're going to make it like a small seminar. We'll do an actual fun training and do things that make it more interesting.
My eye hurts.
Your eye hurts. I'm sorry to hear that.
Boy,
do you want to say good morning to your friends?
iPad.
Hey. Oh, okay. Do you want to say good morning, honey? Okay, go ahead.
What are you going to say?
All right. So, I don't know, guys. She's not really doing her morning little thing anymore. It's all right.
You're gonna some
You want to say
words
good
of-
morning?
words
They're
of
waiting for
motivation?
you.
Yeah.
Yesterday they said good morning. They said, I love your hair bow. They said, good morning, Ellie. You're my favorite part when I see you in the morning. What do you want to say to all those nice friends that said all those wonderful things to you?
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Well, we hope
we
you
have
have
to
a
go back to
great
the
day.
training center here.
Tomorrow morning, we're going to get up and do our live, and then we're going to be driving to Disney and be doing a live from Disney on Monday. But
Mhm.
anyway, we love you guys so much. Thanks for being so supportive. They're going to come to
Right.
Disney. We're going to
Okay.
we're going to see them on Monday. All right. Go grab, pre-order the book.
We'll put a link in there, but you could just go to Amazon and search under construction, navigating
We'll
the
put the link.
detours on the road to, and we'll put a link up there too.
Okay.
Okay, we love you for who you are and who you aren't. Oh my
Thanks
goodness.
for celebrating with us, guys. Thanks for celebrating with us. We love you.
All right, we love you. See you soon.
Bye. Oh, don't stick out your tongue, honey. That's not nice. Be kind.